The Beckham kids, born into privilege, raised in the spotlight, and never far from the headlines. We've watched Brooklyn try his hand at photography, modeling, cooking, and now the spotlight has shifted to his younger brother, Cruz. Because at just 20 years old, Cruz Beckham is gearing up to launch his music career. And not by busking on the streets or hustling in dive bars, but by writing songs with British indie legends, working with top producers, and signing with management companies who handle some of the biggest acts in the world. Yes, Cruz Beckham is officially the next Nepo baby in the making. And just like Brooklyn, his journey is already dividing opinion. Before we break down Cruz's glossy path into the music industry and ask whether he's genuinely got what it takes, or if this is just another case of Beckham privilege at work, make sure you hit subscribe right now. We bring you the most entertaining celebrity deep dives every single day, and this Cruz Beckham story is one you'll definitely want to follow. All right, let's get into it. Cruz Beckham has had music in his blood from day one. Or at least, that's how the Beckham family brand would like you to see it. Throwback clips of Cruz as a child singing his heart out were plastered across Victoria and David's Instagram feeds on his 18th birthday. He released a Christmas single when he was just 11 years old, If Every Day Was Christmas, and his parents proudly backed it. And behind the scenes, a small fortune was reportedly spent hiring top songwriters to shape his sound. Fast forward to now, and Cruz is turning that childhood hobby into a career. Reports say he's been in the studio with some serious heavyweights. Songwriter Ed Fruitt, who's penned chart toppers for One Direction, Little Mix, and The Wanted. Producer Fred Ball, who's worked with Rihanna, Beyoncé, and Mariah Carey. Engineer Joe Rubel, who's teamed up with Ed Sheeran. And now, Cruz is mates with Luke Pritchard, frontman of British indie band The Kooks. According to Luke himself, the two have been writing songs together, and Luke is eager to help him navigate his music career. Let's pause there, because here's the thing. Most aspiring musicians spend years begging for one chance to sit in a studio with producers of that caliber. Cruz Beckham? He's handed a golden ticket, and that's exactly why people are already slapping the Nepo baby label on him. Of course, Cruz isn't pretending otherwise. Luke Pritchard admitted that Cruz knows he'll come under criticism simply because of who his parents are. The Beckham surname opens doors that would otherwise be locked shut. But Cruz insists he's just focused on making the music he loves. And to his credit, he's been putting in the work. He can play guitar, piano, drums, and even the mandolin. He's performed live, including a Miami gig with a rock band in 2023. And insiders say he's genuinely serious about building a career in music, not just dabbling in it for attention. Still, the path ahead looks eerily similar to his brother Brooklyn's. Remember when Brooklyn first tried to launch himself as a photographer? He landed a book deal straight away. Then came the cooking shows, the magazine spreads, the high-profile opportunities, all thanks to the Beckham brand. And yet, none of it stuck. Brooklyn's careers became a punchline, and that's the danger Cruz now faces. Because let's be real, no matter how talented he might be, the perception of nepotism will hang over him. Every collaboration, every studio session, every live show, people will ask, did he earn this, or did he inherit it? And the Beckham parents aren't exactly playing it down. Reports claim they've already invested heavily in Cruz's career, funding top-tier coaching and songwriting sessions. He's switched management teams too, parting ways with Tay P Music, who previously looked after Dua Lipa and Ellie Goulding, to sign with C3, the company that manages rock giants like The Strokes and 30 Seconds to Mars. That's not exactly the usual trajectory for a struggling young musician. So what kind of artist does Cruz Beckham want to be? Sources say he's moving towards a more guitar-led organic sound, less polished pop, more indie rock credibility. He wants to be seen as authentic, as someone carving his own lane. But authenticity is hard to sell when you're the son of one of the most famous couples on the planet. Still, his new team clearly believes in him. They're planning a careful rollout. Live shows will be a big part of the strategy. Cruz doesn't just want to release music online, he wants to prove himself on stage, to show that he can sing, play, and connect with an audience in real time. And that's where things get interesting, because unlike Brooklyn, who often seemed uncomfortable in the spotlight, Cruz appears to thrive on it. He enjoys performing, he enjoys creating, and with the right guidance, he could genuinely surprise people. But here's the other side. No matter how good Cruz might be, the Nepo baby label is brutal. The second he makes a misstep, a shaky live vocal, a weak single, a failed chart attempt, critics will pounce. Social media will drag him. Headlines will compare him to Brooklyn. And the narrative will be set. Another Beckham kid, another failed experiment. So the stakes are high. If Cruz succeeds, he could redefine the Beckham legacy. He could be the first child of David and Victoria to carve out a respected career in the arts. If he fails, he risks becoming a punchline, just like his older brother. The timing is also fascinating. Brooklyn has distanced himself from the family, caught in his own feud with his parents. Romeo is chasing football dreams. Harper is still young. That leaves Cruz, the middle child, stepping up, taking the spotlight, carrying the Beckham name into music. And you can bet Victoria is thrilled. After all, she knows a thing or two about pop stardom. From Spice Girl to fashion mogul, she's built her life on reinvention. Cruz, in many ways, is living out the path she once walked. So is Cruz Beckham destined to be a genuine star? Or is he simply the next Nepo baby playing out another chapter in the Beckham soap opera? Right now, it could go either way. He's got the talent, the resources, the connections. He's working with big names, and he's already got a management team most young artists would kill for. But he's also got the weight of the Beckham surname on his shoulders. A blessing and a curse. One thing's certain, people will be watching. Every release, every performance, every move. And whether he soars or stumbles, the story of Cruz Beckham's music career will dominate headlines. Because the world loves a Nepo baby saga. So, what do you think? Is Cruz Beckham about to prove the critics wrong and become a star in his own right? Or is he just following Brooklyn's path? Another Beckham child handed opportunities most can only dream of, only to struggle under the weight of expectation? Either way, the next chapter of the Beckham family drama is about to begin. And this time, it's Cruz in the spotlight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Cruz Beckham's rise as the next Beckham Nepo baby, make sure you hit subscribe right now. We bring you daily updates on the biggest celebrity dramas, feuds, and comebacks. And with Cruz's career just starting, you won't want to miss what happens next.